Make sure this is working right. Yeah, I think we're good. Right? Hold on. So, good morning. I'll talk to you about something about people talk about a lot, which is called emotional mastery. And I think it's a buzz thing right now, and like it's not any more complicated than this is the way I see it. The only thing you have is your integrity, which is, do you say what you're going to do you do what you say you're going to do, and do you follow through, and are you whole all the way through your efforts, or are you saying, is your integrity compromised because you say things just to impress people, or you say things to get things, or you say things to any other reason just to do them? You say you're going to do something, do it, right? So emotional mastery, where ties into integrity, is like this. I watch people, some very close loved ones that love to plan things, use planner books, block things out, make sure their time's accounted for. You hear millionaires talking about you got to account for every moment of the day because you only have so many hours per week and this, that, and the other, blah, blah, blah. But this is the one that's the bridge that I see that's missing. Emotional mastery is nothing more than when you get emotionally triggered, do you still follow through on the things that you say you're going to? Because in my experience, being emotionally triggered is the ego's way to distract you from becoming great by distracting you from following through on the promises that you make to yourself and the commitments that you have. Because you'll disappear into the emotional trigger and start pointing the finger and being in pain and suffering, and like you'll just go sideways with all your commitments, and you'll forget that you have stuff to do. So the stuff that is laid out for your vision, the breadcrumbs you have to follow in order to find that vision, the things you have to do in order to get there, you will then not do any of those. Commitments will fall through, relationships will suffer. And I think that's an aspect of emotional mastery most people don't talk about, is when you get emotionally triggered, you end up not doing the things that you say that are important to you, because the payoff of the emotional trigger, which could be, most times it's, and there's more than this, but just to keep it really simple, you're being right about yourself and other people and the way things are, and it's causing you suffering and you're not letting go. And you can analyze and go into therapy and all that stuff, but I think it's not any more complicated than, do you value your time? And if you value your time, you only have 1,440 minutes per day, and you really got to look at how many moments of that day are you triggered, either by being upset, frustrated, pissed off, irritated, whatever. How often are you not at peace? And is your time valuable enough to say, I don't have time to be in a place of emotional distress because it makes me miss out on my vision? I think that's maybe a shortcut to emotional mastery people can start looking at, is the fact that when you are emotionally triggered, you don't get shit done.